Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here at Target Trading Academy with today's Micros Market Recap. It is June 29th, just at the close of New York, or just getting there. Let's get right into it with micro oil. So, oil, we opened just below that close from yesterday. We got it, hit that HVA edge, had some retracement, came back up to it, blew through it, had another potential entry there, had some buyers step in. Looked like they were going to try to break out, but they just did a little bit fake out. Seller stepped in and did not want this to come back any higher. And they drove it down to where we had another potential entry long. And then we were finished off at that HVA edge for the remaining 2 hours or so of the day once we got up there. So there was a handful of opportunities in oil. In terms of what's going on, we're still towards that lower contract portion. So sellers in default are in charge of oil per our methodology right now. If you're not in the rooms and are learning what we teach, then that may not mean anything to you, but that's fine. And that's okay. As far as gold goes, well, with gold, we opened below the close from yesterday, did not go straight to it. We actually had lots of selling take place. It brought us down. Probably had something to do with that news that came out. Then we had a little bit of tracement, hit that contract low. Instead of having that support kicked in, the resistance did. And you can see this that momentum carried through until finally a buyer stepped in and said that they won't let it go any further down, thus creating a new contract low. And then we finally did eventually get to that close. They fought this area here for a little while, good 10 minutes or so before breaking through with some volatility. And then you can see that they matched those highs practically and then came down for that potential long at that edge again. They originally blew through with that excessive volatility. So that support had one more opportunity to kick in there. You can see that we finally got the close, and that's when it just died out. So we are technically closing lower, even though we're pretty much right on it or close enough to it. So lower in gold as far as oil goes, higher. So that's positive, negative there. And then our equities looks like we're going to be finishing positive on the day in the ES and negative on the day in the NASDAQ. As far as the ES goes, let me blow this up. We opened below the close, which is around here somewhere. Had a move practically right up to it, and then we kept hitting this HVA edge for support on several occasions. And you can just see how consolidated it was. This is what I was talking about yesterday, I believe, where the closer we get to the holiday, the more consolidation and lack of participation we'll most likely see. I expect Monday next week to be very, very slow. As some of you may know, I don't put out videos for Fridays. It's just because I only trade a few hours and I leave in the afternoon, and I just don't come back to the office. But as far as the ES goes, you can see that we climbed most of that day, had some retracements, but for the most part, it was a very inside day. No real range expansions, just lower than normal. Now, it wasn't the most consolidated that we've seen this week. I think Tuesday was pretty bad. But with that said, we're going to move on over to the NASDAQ. We usually have some good participation. In terms of the NASDAQ, let me blow this all the way back here. We opened inside that range, below that close. And I don't think we ever actually got to the close, which was around here. We've gotten close, granted. We opened, had a little bit of a dip, made a run up. They turned around just before that edge, which was unfortunate for those that were looking to get to the close, but it's close enough. And then they had that turnaround after they went for this inside portion for a good half hour. And then it looked like sellers were going to take that move and bring it down even further. But the farther we got away, the more of a battle it became. And you can see this just whoever was wanting to control this market has a very limited range, I guess, in mind for today, as they just wouldn't really let it progress beyond this level here, even to its prior low from yesterday for the most part. Yeah, we got close, as you can see there, but they just did not want this thing to move much. And that, for whatever reason, we don't know. We just know we got to follow those big boys. And as we say in our rooms, the trend is your friend. Yes, I know it's very corny, but it's true to trading, you want to go with those big boys. You don't have enough to make a market. You're not a market maker, so you got to go with the big institutions that are the market makers. And as you can see, we did have some more opportunities down there again, but for the most part, it was just a very inside day. And we are closing below that close from the day prior as we just never got there. So with that said, we're finishing positive in oil, negative in gold, positive in the ES, and then negative in the NASDAQ. If you'd like to learn more information about these HVAs and how you can get them onto your charts the night before your next day's trading activity, or just learn the methodology in general, feel free to reach out to us. We are Target Trading Academy. You can find us on Facebook or go to our website at targettrading.co. Get in touch with a consultant at either of those locations or websites, I should say, and then they'll gladly show you what we do in our rooms each and every day, and you'll be able to see for yourself why we are the #1 trading education company in the world. And we look forward to seeing you there.